Hi everybody, it's Bobby with the Hook Nook. I am working on a crochet chicken with an egg cover today, and we are using a 3.75 millimeter hook, a 4.0 millimeter hook, scissors, a darning needle, embroidery floss to put in the details of the chick, two 6 millimeter eyes, safety eyes. I'm using yellow yarn, worsted weight for the actual chicken, and then white worsted weight yarn for the egg. So I hope that gives you everything you need to know. I'm going to start with making the chicken. You're going to start by doing a magic circle. To do the magic circle, you're going to wrap around, come around the back side here. You got, so it's crossed. This is your end yarn, this is your working yarn, and the working yarn lays over top. You're going to work the chicken in this 3.75 millimeter hook. You're going to make the magic ring, so you're going to reach in, pull that under, yarn over, pull through, and that is the magic ring. If you have more questions about that, there is a full video on just the magic ring on my channel. But that covers making the magic ring. Now, to start, you're going to put 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So a single crochet is reach through, and you're going to make sure to work that around both these two strings here. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. That's 1 single crochet. You're going to reach in, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 2 single crochets. You can see where I'm working around both the loop and the non-working yarn, so that's getting hidden inside that ring. So then we're going to do 6 total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 6 single crochets. And if you wanted to count them, it's each loop. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull your non-working yarn on your magic ring, and that's going to pull all this tight. And that is your first round. Now what I normally do is, I would normally tell you to put in a stitch marker so you know where you're at, but I'm going to use a piece of string instead, using a different color so that it stands out. I'm just going to lay this piece of string between the last stitch of the first round and the first stitch of the next round, and that's going to tell me where the beginning and end of each round is. So the next round is increase 6, so you're going to do 6 increases for a total of 12 stitches in round 2. So then this is the first stitch of the first round, and I'm going to do 1, 2, and I'm going to do that in each one. So then that's the first stitch of the first round. It makes 2 stitches in the second round. Now this is the second stitch. We're going to go in, we're going to make 2 stitches in it. 1, 2. Next stitch is 1, 2. So now I'm at 6 stitches. I'm going to have a total of 12. I have 3 stitches left, 1, 2, 3, and 2 in each make 12. So this is the 4th stitch is going to get 7 and 8. The 5th stitch is going to get 9 and 10. And the 6th stitch from the round 1 will be 11 and 12 of round 2. That's increase of 6 or 12 total stitches. Now I'm at the end of that round, so I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to flip it between the last stitch of this round and the next stitch of the first stitch of the next round, and that'll keep me straight on where my beginning stitches are. And round 3 is increase single crochet 6 times for a total of 18 stitches. So the first stitch is going to be an increase, 1, 2, the next stitch is a single crochet, the next stitch is an increase, 1, 2, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, oops, lost my stitch there, single crochet, so the last 2 stitches increase and then single crochet, and that is the end of round 3. It should have 18 stitches if you want to count them. And I'm going to flip my yarn between the last stitch of the last row and the first stitch of the next row. And the next row is single crochet 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And that's all my stitches. You can see right here that this is that next stitch. So then I'm gonna flip this up. Row 5 is gonna be single crochet 18. So the same thing as row 4. You're gonna do 16 single crochet or 18 single crochets. Alright, coming around the side here, almost there. You see it's already starting to get tight. I'm going to go ahead and flip it so that the right side's facing out, and this is the wrong side inside, so that I'm not inside out when I'm moving along the project here. Alright, so that is row 5. Row 6 is going to be an increase in single crochet 2. 1, 2, and then 2 single crochets. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. You can see here, so for every 3 stitches, you're going to end up with 4 stitches. So at the end of this, you'll have 24 single crochets. So there should be 24 stitches at the end of row 6. Row 7 is 24 single crochets. So we're going to go 24. We're just going to do single crochet in each stitch. All the way around. That is the end of row 7. This, using the yarn to mark your stitches instead of a stitch marker, it's easy to count your rows. So this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 rows. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my eyes in between row 5 and row 6. Actually, between row 6 and row 7. I think that will look better. So, go ahead and put my eyes in. Put it in there. And then I'm going to put the back on. Push it on. Just like that. And then I'm going to space it apart. One, two, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Maybe one more. 5. Yeah, I like that better. And then gonna put that backing on, just like that. So now my eyes are in. I'm going to continue to stitch. Oops, dropped my stitch. Did you see that? Pulled it right out. So let's put that one back in there. Alright. Now that I've ripped out all my stitches because I used the wrong hook for them, we'll try this again. What am I on? Row 8. No. Yes, row 8. 24 single crochets. This is row 9, and in row 9 you're going to do an increase, and then you do seven single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're going to do an increase and 7 single crochets. You're going to do this 3 times, so there'll be 27 stitches at the end of row 9. See where I'm at here. So there's my increase. 1, 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I need to do an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So that's the end of row 9. There's 27 stitches. Now row 10, 11, and 12 are all 27 single crochets. This is coming up on the end of row 10. Row 11 is also 27 stitches. Row 12. Alright, so that is row 12. You should have 27 stitches around your row there. Row 13, you're going to do a single crochet, then you're going to do a decrease single crochet 2 6 times, and then you're going to do a decrease. So we're going to do a single crochet, you're going to do a decrease, and I do an invisible decrease. I pick up the front loop only of 2 stitches like that, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. That's an invisible decrease. And all that extra bulk ends up on the inside of your amigurumi. So there's your decrease, and then you're going to single crochet 2. So you look here, this stitch and this stitch are becoming one stitch. So this is your next stitch, and that's where you'll do your single crochet. So it's a single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and then you're going to do another decrease. You're going to do this 6 times. This will be the second decrease. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Then you got to do 2 single crochets. Then you're going to do your third decrease. And 2 single crochets. Now you're going to do your fourth decrease. I'm going to lean it this way so you can kind of see what's going on there. So that's your fourth invisible decrease. And 2 single crochets. And do the fifth invisible decrease. And 2 single crochets. And this is decrease number 6. And 2 single crochets. And then the last stitch on this row is a decrease, an invisible decrease. And that's all the stitches for row 13. And you should have 20 stitches on your item now. Alright. So now I'm going to flip my yarn, start my next row. My next row is row 14, and it's 20 single crochets. Oops. Alright, the end of 20 single crochets, you're going to flip your yarn through. You're going to do row 15. With row 15 is a single crochet, a decrease, and then a single crochet 6 times, and then a single crochet. So we're going to do a single crochet, a decrease, single crochet. You're going to do that 6 times. So decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, this is number 6, decrease, single crochet, and then you're going to finish off the row with a single crochet. Oh, that got a little loose, so I'm going to pull it out of there and try it again. I'm going to keep those stitches nice and tight. Alright, flip my yarn. That's the end of round 15. There should be 14 stitches. Now, this is where you're going to want to stuff your piece. I had to pause the video so I could get stuffing. Forgot all about needing to stuff it. So I grabbed some stuffing. We're going to stuff that in there. You want to stuff your chick so that it's full but not bulging, because if you put too much in there, it's just going to start making holes. So use enough stuffing to make it full but not bulging. And we're going to get it in there nice and good. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, so now that I've stuffed him, I'm going to go ahead and do row 15. This is the last, or row 16. This is the last row, and row 16 is a decrease times 7. So you're going to take 14 stitches and turn it into 7 stitches. Alright, so decrease 1, decrease 2, decrease 3, decrease 4, five, 6, and 7. I'm going to pull this, leave myself enough of a tail, cut it off. Oops. Oops, the scissors work. Cut it off, and then I am going to finish it off by weaving in and pulling this tight. So first thing I'm going to do is create a false stitch to hide this and bring it all together. So now it looks like one solid piece. And then I'm going to run to pull it all tight. And just like that, it's all closed up. Now I'm gonna and there you go. Snip this off like that. Tuck that back down in there. And then all that's left is putting on his pieces. So we're gonna take our embroidery floss. Oh, I made a mess of that. Get us a nice size piece. And then we're going to create the details of the chick. So pull that out. So my seam's all gone now. And I want to do his beak. And then there's his beak. And then we are gonna work a back stitch to make his feet. Made it too far out there. Bring it back a little bit. There we go. There's one foot. Same thing, we're going to back stitch. There's 2 feet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here. We're going to create a knot. Then we're going to tuck that knot right in to the chicken, just like that. And we're going to cut this off. Squeeze it, and that's going to hide right in there. And you can always take your bring that back out like that. There you go. Now, one last thing. I'm going to take some extra yarn. And I am going to create a little tuft of hair. So we're going to go like that. Tuck those 2 strings into your loop that you created. Pull it tight. And then I'm just going to take this yarn and I am going to unravel it just like this. Just like this. Give my chick some hair. So then I cut this off. You can always unravel it some more if you want it to be more fuzzy. Just like that. So there's your chick. Now that we have the chick done, we're going to do our egg. We're going to use the white yarn. You're going to start with a magic ring. and you're going to do 6 single crochets in the first round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to pull your magic ring tight, just like that. And you can use a stitch marker. I'm going to use the yarn again. I'm going to lay it across just like this. And then the next round is 6 increases. So we'll end up with 12 single crochets. So you're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch of the previous row. So this is stitch number 1. And in the same stitch, I'm going to do stitch number 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that's my 12 stitches in row 2. Then I'm going to flip my yarn between the last stitch of the previous row and the first stitch of the next row. And in this one we are going to do an increase and then a single crochet, and we're going to do that 6 times. So 2, so that's an increase, and then 1 in the next one. That's your single crochet. You can do that 6 times. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. And that's 6. Alright. So you're going to flip your yarn or remove your stitch marker. Do the first stitch of the next row. This is row 4 and row 5 are 18 single crochets. So we're going to single crochet 18 times. Just 1 single crochet in each stitch of the previous row. And that is row 4. Row 5 is going to be exactly the same. So we're going to do 18 single crochets again. Oops. Alright. Now we're on row 6, and row 6 is going to be an increase and a single crochet 6 times. So increase, single crochet 2, 1, 2, increase, and then 2 single crochets. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be number 6. Alright, then we're going to flip over our yarn, and we should have 24 stitches on the end of row 6, and we're going to do row 7 and 8 are 24 single crochets. My camera keeps focusing on the chick, so I'm going to move it out of the way there. Hopefully it'll stay focused on my fingers now. This is row 7. We're coming to the end of row 7. 24 stitches on the row. Row 8 is identical, so same thing. You're going to move your stitch marker, and then you're going to crochet 26 stitches. 24 stitches. 24 stitches. Alright, so now we have row 9 is an increase, single crochet 7, 3 times. So we're going to increase 1, and then we're going to single crochet 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 4, 5, oops, 5, 6, 6, 7. So that's the first one. Now we're going to do that 2 more times, so increase, splitting my yarn here, 1, 2 in the same stitch, that's an increase, and then we're going to do 7 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to increase and do 7 single crochets. This is number 3. And should get us to the end of the row. 6, 7. So that is row number 9. And And that is 27 stitches. Row 10 is 27 stitches. You're going to do single crochet 27 times. All right. Now, the next row, what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 1, and then we're going to chain 2, 3, 25. So single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, oh. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around just as if I stitched all these around here. So this is 1, and then there's 25 chains, and then I'm going to pick up this last stitch, and that makes 27 total stitches for that row. Now I like to work so that this ends up being my top. I don't like that look. So I try to turn these and work in the humps here. So the first stitch is going to be in the first stitch of the previous round. So single crochet, and then I'm going to twist this so that I can work on these humps. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 26, 27. There's your 27, and that's your little flap that'll open. And then we're just gonna flip this and keep going. We're gonna flip this over. Eleven, 12, this will be row 13. That's 13. (14, 15, and 16 are the same. You're just putting 27 stitches in each. more. So now that you have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Number 17 is going to be a single crochet, decrease. So you're going to single crochet 1. Then you're going to decrease and single crochet 2 6 times, and then you're going to decrease. So single crochet, decrease, single crochet 2. You can do this 6 times, decrease, single crochet 2, decrease, single crochet 2, decrease, single crochet 2. We're going to do this 6 times, so I don't know which one I'm on. I think this is 5, 2, yep, oops, decrease, single crochet 2, and then your final stitch on this round is going to be a single crochet. Oops. Split my stitch marker there. So next row is single crochet 20. So you should have 20 stitches at this point, and you're going to single crochet 20. Alright, next one is single crochet, then decrease, single crochet 6 times, and then single crochet. That should leave us 14. So we're going to move our stitch marker, single crochet 1, decrease, and single crochet, and we're going to do that 6 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then our last stitch is a single crochet on that round. And that should give us 14 stitches. Then we're going to move our stitch marker. And you're going to decrease 7 times, which should give you 7 stitches. Oh, that's too loose for me. Pull that nice and tight. Three, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you are going to, whoops, that, and just enough white yarn. I was playing yarn chicken and didn't know it. And I'm going to pull out my stitch marker. And again, I'm going to finish off that magic circle on this side. So this is where my stitch is. So I'm going to skip this stitch and I'm going to pick up this one like that. And I'm going to go back in just like that, and that makes it look like a completed stitch. Then I'm going to pick up each of these like this. 1, just going in those back loops. Oh, pulled my yarn out of my hook, or out of my needle. One more to pick up right there. And that closes everything up nice and tight. And then I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to bring it inside here. Now because this is not enclosed, it's open and you can see inside of it, I have to hide my stitches inside there. So I'm just going to weave my yarn in and out some of the stitches that exist. And I'd like to say there's rhyme or reason to what I do, but I just kind of find a good line and hide my yarn in it. And I try and go several different ways so that it doesn't come loose easy. And then I snip it off. I'm going to do the same on the inside of this one. Make sure that's pulled nice and tight. And I am going to just pick up, I'm not going to go in there, I'm just going to pick up some stitches down through the egg. and weave this yarn in there so that it's not visible. And then I'm going to change directions. Same thing, just weave it in there. Hide the yarn in the stitches. And snip off that side. And that, I'm going to turn it right back outside, right side outside. That's my little egg for my little chick to hide in. And he'll go right in there, just like that. It'll come down, just like that. Now he's all tucked in his egg. And there you go.